Hello, everyone. Welcome to Your Virtual Coffee, the web show which introduces you to great local businesses in the Denver metro area. Today, my guest is the amazing Elizabeth Leader, Vice President of SVN Denver Commercial. Having lived and worked throughout the Denver metro area as an attorney, Liz made strong business connections amongst multiple industries and utilizes her legal training in every part of the commercial real estate transactions to which she's involved. She began her commercial real estate career as a buyer tenant broker in 2015. Since then, her clients have spanned across multiple asset classes in Colorado and nationally. And with that, Liz, welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me, Gina. Happy to be here.
Let's get to know you a little bit. What was your favorite subject in school?
It probably was symphony because I grew up playing three instruments. So, I ended up going to a magnet school so I could play in their symphony and play viola in high school.
So viola, what else do you play?
I played clarinet and I played piano as well.
Wow. See, friends, this is why I do this show. I didn't even know that, and we're friends.
Yes, we are friends. That's right.
So besides being a virtual music virtuoso, what else do you like to do for fun?
Well, I love to travel. Next place I'd like to visit is Morocco. And I also enjoy skiing. I play lacrosse when I can in the spring and summer. And I'm crazily going to try ice climbing next week.
I'm very interested in the ice climbing. Do you have to use like a pick and
Yeah, picks, harness. Yes, I'm going to a beginner's class in Uray, and I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I'm actually pretty nervous.
Well, I love that you have a sense of adventure because that does sound adventurous.
It is. And yeah, I absolutely have a sense of adventure and love to learn new things and meet new people. Probably my favorite parts of traveling.
Well, in your bio, it mentions that you're an attorney. However, you no longer work as an attorney, you work in the commercial real estate space. So, what made you switch from the law to real estate?
A couple of things. Well, I still love the law and I stay plugged in. I was an '07 grad and got licensed in October of '07 as the economy was crashing. So it was a very difficult time to come out into the world. I was the first class to get hit by the recession. So I was jumping around from job to job and discovered one of the things I was best at was just dealing with the upfront work with people. And eventually I was just not very happy. So as I pondered what I should do when I grow up the second time, I thought back to some things as I was younger, and I was in a boarding school for a little bit in Connecticut. And then in the town next door, there was an old abandoned factory. And I used to sit there and go, ooh, that'd be fun to do something with and turn it into something crazy. And then I lived in what's now in Denver, the very trendy Rhino. But I was living back there when it was not so trendy and there was nothing around there. And I remember walking down the street being like, I want this abandoned house, or I want this abandoned factory with tires in front. And so I've always been into this, and I didn't really appreciate it and follow kind of something that was making me excited. And so when I finally decided to leave the law, I really honed in onto what was making me excited in this world.
For your commercial real estate clients, what is an issue that keeps them up at night and how do you solve it?
One of them is often, can you afford to pay for this lease? Can you afford these improvements? Can you afford to even purchase a building? So typically before I even get going with clients, that's a conversation we need to have. Do you have a banking relationship? Is your business new? Because that puts up a lot of roadblocks if you're considered a new business, 2 to 3 years old, without financials to support yourself. So that's something that, I have to address with my clients, get them in front of the right banker, look at their financials and see what in fact they can do. And different bankers and different institutions are fits for each individual client. So I don't just stick with one institution or one banker. I have to really think about that client and what they may need. So after we get over that, then that takes a big worry away from them once we know really what they can do. And then we can really go looking for properties or selling properties with open eyes.
Liz, let's talk about power partners.
Great.
And for our audience, power partners are those businesses who target your same ideal client, but are not your competition. One example I like to use is a hairstylist and a personal trainer, because they both target someone who wants to look good or wants to improve how they feel about themselves. And they don't compete with each other. In fact, they probably refer clients back and forth to each other. So it's a really great relationship that business owners should have with one another. But first, we need to understand who that ideal client is. So Liz, who is your ideal client?
So my ideal client is anyone who is looking to buy or lease space or to sell space or to sublease it. That's my ideal client. And my power partners are residential realtors.
Oh,
Because,
interesting. Could you share about that?
yes, because I just focus on commercial work and it's a totally different beast, so to speak, when you're going from residential to commercial. Everything's done differently. It takes a lot longer. There's a lot more involved. So typically, if people are in residential real estate and they have a commercial client, they should be reaching out to a commercial broker, and I give them a referral fee and vice versa. If I want to use them, then refer them a client, they'll give me a referral fee. Just it's a courtesy in our state, and it works out really well. And they know they're getting the best representation by having an expert who does commercial real estate all the time, not residential, do that. And I also love to work with bankers of all different types because, again, as I alluded to before, different businesses have different financing needs. And it depends on, if you own a ton of property or if you've never owned a business before, I'm going to be introducing you to different bankers, and they can refer clients to me as well to help their clients find a perfect space.
I would also think commercial insurance brokers
Absolutely.
would be a good, because normally if someone is considering space, they need to insure it.
That is correct. And so I do make those referrals as well, and they make the referrals back to me, certainly.
Well, you've given us a lot of information, which is great. So let's say that person, that business person who's watching this show right now, here's what you have to say and says, I need to talk to her. I need to figure out what I'm going to do. What's the best way for that person to reach out to you?
The best ways are through the phone or email. And my phone number is 720-575-9109. And my email is liz.leader, LEDER, at svn.com.
Okay. And you're also on LinkedIn, is that correct?
I am on LinkedIn as
Okay.
Elizabeth M. Leader, so you can find me there as well.
Wonderful. And we'll include slides that have your ideal client, who your power partners are, and your contact information in this episode. Liz, any last thoughts for the audience?
Yes, I wanted to let you know that, finding commercial space can be really difficult and intricate. So, let me take that worry off of your plate and I'll take care of it for you so you can focus on your business and your life.
I love it. So you guys give Liz a call, set up that appointment. She will do all the heavy lifting. Okay. Liz, thank you so much for coming on my show today. I really
Thank
appreciate the information you provide, not only to my audience, but to me. Thank you, audience, for joining us today on this episode of Your Virtual Coffee. We could not do this show without you. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. At Your Virtual Coffee, we love business professionals. So business people, let's talk. Have a great day. Your Virtual Coffee is sponsored by Ventola Law. Ventola Law, mediation and legal representation at an expert level. You can find them at ventolalaw.com. Thanks for joining me today. For more information on Your Virtual Coffee, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and wait for it, our website at yourvirtualcoffee.com. Thanks again for watching, and have an incredible day.